What's up, everybody? Ricky Carruth here. Welcome back to Real Coaching in Real Time, where I bring three agents from somewhere in the world and I bring them on and we just chat it up. Basically, I want to hear how it's going. If you have any questions, what's going on? What can I help you with? What can you help me with? Like, I need some help too. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is the fifth episode. I've been really enjoying doing this over the last 5 weeks. It's been very interesting. There's been a lot of really great agents, a lot of really great questions. So it's been a lot of fun. So I just want to continue doing this and continue getting to know more of you on a more personal level and see what stages of your career you're in and what you're having problems with. This is what I live for. This is what I love to do, is to hear what's going on with everybody, and how I can take your current situation and help you realize, okay, this is what you need to do to go to the next level. Because that's what everybody wants, is the next level, the next level. So that's what this is all about. Before I bring our agents on and introduce themselves to you, I went back into my old videos. I found one that I like. It's called How to Get and Sell Listings. Okay, it's an older video. It was a podcast clip, really good content. It's only a 5-minute video. I linked it below, but it's called How to Get and Sell Listings. So go watch that after the show. Let me know what you think in the comments and all that good stuff. So I'm going to bring each agent on. Here's a shot of all four of them. Here they are. Say hello, everyone. All right. I'm going to bring them on one at a time and let them introduce themselves. First up is Jesse Lewis. What up, Jesse?
What's up, guys? Like Ricky said, my name is Jesse Lewis. First of all, thank you, Ricky, for having me. I'm sure you don't know this, but this was actually on my bucket list before I came an agent. So here we are. We doing it, man. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, moved to Hawaii with the Army, and now I'm staying here because it's Hawaii. Just started as a real estate agent, and I'm striking goals like really, really fast. Unless you guys want to know more, I guess we could get this thing rolling. And again, thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, so how long you say you've been selling?
What's today's date? The 15th?
15th.
So 2 months and 2 days.
Okay. Nice. And when did you move to Hawaii from New Orleans?
2012.
Okay, so you've
So I've
been
been
there.
in Hawaii 8 years. Yep.
Cool. What'd you do before real estate?
I was Army infantry. So once I got out of the Army, I went into all kind of like sales positions, just anything I could do to not have to work a job, meaning have somebody tell me what to do. So I've been self-employed since 2016.
Right, and you're still doing some kind of sales position now while you're trying to make it in real estate, or you're just real estate full-time, all in?
I drive taxi overnight, and
Okay.
during the day, I'm doing real estate.
Okay, nice, man, nice. I look forward to chatting with you in a minute.
Awesome.
Cool, man. I'm gonna bring Don McBride in here, down in Fort Myers, man. What's going on, Don?
Hey, thanks for having me, Ricky.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm from Fort Myers, Cape Coral area, down here in Florida, originally from Gainesville, Florida. Go Gators. So
how long you been selling?
been doing it part-time for about 7 years, doing teaching and real estate for 7 years. Yep.
So teaching at a school, high school?
Yeah, high school, yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
What subject?
Dived in, most part history.
History.
Yep.
Nice. Cool, man. Well, good to have you on. I will look forward to chatting with you in just a second.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Cool. And Rachel Warrell, she's not a stranger around the Ricky Carruth channel. What up, Rachel?
Hey, Ricky. Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, tell everybody, where you're from, how long you've been selling, all that stuff for those that don't know.
All right. Rachel Warrell. I am in Northwest Florida, the panhandle of Florida, Panama City Beach 30A, and coming up on my 2nd year anniversary. So January 3rd. So going in my 3rd year.
Nice. Cool. Looking forward to chatting with you in just a second. Cool, guys. So that's our agents for today. If you guys want to come on this show, it's real easy. Just text me at 251-312-8844. Put that number in the description for you. Just text me on that number and let me know you want to come on the show, and I will book you at some point in the future. So looking forward to that. So what I normally do is I let everybody introduce themselves, and then I just go round robin here. and I let each agent come back on, and just we chatted up for a good 10, 15 minutes and see what it is that we can do to help you take your business and your life to another level, or just chatted up about whatever you want to do. Actually, Jesse, he actually thought this might have been a live cold call session. He didn't know what this was. And I was like, well, if you thought it was a live call session, heck, I'll let you make calls for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, no, if I got the option to make calls or ask questions, I'm going to ask questions. So look, guys, I just goes to show you, whatever you want out of this 10 to 15 minutes, I'll give it to you. If you come on and you want to make calls for 10, 15 minutes, let's do it. If you come on and you want to ask questions, if you come on and you just want to give a motivational speech, you don't want to talk to me, that's fine too. I'm going to give my platform to you, and you can do whatever you want with it, as long as it's going to help everybody else. That's what it's all about. So with that, I'm going to bring Mr. Jesse back on.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. So what can I do to help you, bro? Or what you got on your mind?
Honestly, man, it's the biggest challenge I'm having in terms of like your coaching is like what questions to ask, man, because you put so much value and so much transparency on your YouTube channel. I always wanted to like talk to you in person and get on with you, but it's like, what would I possibly ask him? Because everything's on there. It's like, okay, I need to learn this. I need to figure out that. It's like, well, this video talks about that specifically. So I just want to say that, first of all, like, thank you. And like, I just feel super blessed because all of this stuff is free. Like, yeah, I pay for RedX. Yeah, I pay for Constant Contact, but compared to what we could be doing, I was lucky to find you before some of the other veteran agents who are paying for whatever coaching at $1,000 a month or $100, whatever they're paying. I'm not paying for this, and I'm getting like lots of value. I like wrote a list of all of the stuff that came as a result of what I'm doing. The only thing I forgot to write is how many calls I made, but I do have like my ratio and all that kind of stuff. So if y'all want to talk about that, we can go over that. But I'm just getting a ridiculous amount of value, and it's kind of, it's almost, well, it's just that it's ridiculous because like who else is doing this for free? And being a new guy, I don't know anything. I've 2 months and 2 days in the business, and I don't know what's good and bad, but I'm getting this, and all of the dominoes are falling into place almost too fast. Cause like I'm talented with people, like I'm really good with talking to people, but the nitpicky details are a challenge. But I got a team of people helping me with that, like the paperwork and the contracts. Like the people working with me are veterans, so they help me with that, and they keep me straight. And so I got everything I need. I got a list of the stuff that I'm accomplishing so far. And for somebody that's 2 months in the business, people struggle, man. And when I first started, I was already watching your videos and I was in class to get my license. Well, when the pandemic hit, I had to take off work for 4 months, but we weren't allowed to go into facilities to take the test. So here I am sitting on my butt for 4 months, just watching videos, writing my sphere of influence list, and taking the class over and over and over again. So when the facility finally opened up, I went took my test and got my license and got started. So now I'm able to work as a real estate agent. I'm getting stuff done. I'm excited for me because it took you 8 months to make your first deal. If you watch Ricky Caruth's videos, he says it all the time. Yeah, it took me 8 months to get my first deal. And I'm like, dude, if I get a deal before that, I'm doing better than Ricky at the start. So I mean, I'm a crush this thing. So I'm just super excited, man.
Man, you unpacked a lot of stuff there, bro. So, I mean, first off, yeah, not having anything to ask me, that's the whole point, right, of the free coaching, is so that everything is there for you, right? So
Definitely is.
I went to Gary Vee's office and, to talk to him, ask a question, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I absolutely had no question to ask him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have anything to ask him at all because, like you say, everything is right there. He pretty much lays out every little thing. It's like, no, there really isn't any question here. Like it's all right there. Now looking back now, like how crazy my DMs are getting, right now I do want to ask him like, how do you deal with, because I'm still at the point where I can answer every DM, but what if it's going to get to the point where I can't? And so like, how do you mentally deal with the people that are reaching out that need help that you can't get to? How do you mentally deal with that? That's a question I do want to go back. I want to ask him as someone who doesn't answer all his DMs and stuff. But Well, yeah, that's the whole point of the free coaching, man, is to provide you that value and get you. See, that's the whole thing. I got you, man. I intercepted you before you got to the paid coaches, to all the 1980 scripts, to all the paid leads, the bots, the social media guys, all the people out there trying to just get you for money. I'm trying to help you understand that there's a way more, there's a less expensive, much more simpler way to absolutely crush it. And so it helps you visualize the long-term, big picture. Whereas you're closing deals now, of course, like you say, you're 2 months and 2 days in, and you already can visualize it happening right before your eyes. But what people don't understand, man, and being in your first year, all right, this is one thing I want you to really try to visualize here. A lot of people, their first year, at the end of the year, they're like, okay, I sold 4 properties. This isn't really working. I'm going to go do something else. What they're not putting a value on is all the knowledge and relationships they built in that first year. Like, you learn how to write contracts and look up stuff on MLS and show properties and, open lock boxes and take pictures and do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand the process of actually doing a transaction, and you develop some relationships and probably learn how to communicate a little better in that first year. And so that $25,000 you made that shows up in your tax returns doesn't reflect the millions of dollars worth of knowledge and experience that you got and the relationships you built through the year. You literally make $1 million. You make 25,000, but you literally made $1 million, like monetary, like money in your pocket. It's just not there yet. Like, you made it, it's just not there yet. And that's,
Right.
you have to visualize that long-term, like the big picture. Okay, I made 25,000, that pays my bills. Next year, I'll, and see, there's the thing. Those 4 or 5 deals happen right at the end of that first year. So it's like you didn't make nothing, but then boom, you hit 4 deals in the last part. You made 25,000 that last month or two. Heck, that's a lot of money right there, packed into just 2 months. Now you got some momentum going into year 2 where, hey, you might make 100,000. You know what I mean?
Well, if I can interject real quick, you were saying how it happens at the end of the year. I am very careful to be humble, because yes, I'm doing my best to work hard, but I can't take credit for nothing that I'm doing right now. You were saying how those 4 deals happen at the end of the year. I'm 2 months, 2 days in, and I'm working on 8 deals. Now, on paper, I have 1 listing that we're in the escrow with now, but I took your advice, because you said if you'd have did anything different in your first, like, day 1 new agent, you would have called your circle of influence first before even hitting Red X. So that's what I did. I was like, well, if he's saying it and he's making $1 million a year, let me do that first. And, instead of taking the bumps and bruises. So I literally, before I even signed up for Red X, I made a list. It's over there. But I made a list and I called everybody I know personally on the island and got a deal out of that's in escrow now. Another buddy of mine is looking for a $2 million property. So I'm like breaking my neck trying to find that perfect property for him. Like, this is going to be his forever home. And it's much less about the money than it is the relationship and the deal. Because if I can find this guy his forever property, who's done that in their first year? You know what I'm saying? So if I can get that locked up for him, regardless of what I'm going to get paid, I'll be able to say, yo, because of the script that I use and because of Ricky Caruth's teachings, I helped a man find his forever property, and he's living there with him and his family. He's able to build his dream home and all of that. And then later on, and be like, yeah, man, $2 million deal. What's up?
You know what, man? It's crazy because how early in your career you're realizing what took me 15 years to learn, right? You guys don't understand how light years ahead of me that you are. You know what I'm saying? It's so ridiculous, man, when I sit there and really think about 2 things. 1, the knowledge that I'm injecting into the industry, and 2, the technology part of it. Whereas you can call 100 people in an hour and a half that used to take me 15 hours. It's nuts, man. It's nuts. I mean, it's just literally nuts. It's the reason why Quintavious sold 100 properties his first year, because he called 200 people a day for a year straight on Red X. Geo leads, 200 people a day, sold 100 properties. He got his 4 points every day. It's because of technology. It's the advances of how quickly you can talk to people, You know what I mean? And then on the back end, how do we build our brand digitally? But you guys are so far ahead, man. Just to realize that it's about the transaction, the relationship over the transaction already 2 months in the business. Like you probably knew this, you know, before you even got your license, because you were probably watching my stuff before you even got your license. This was mind blowing stuff to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To like be in that position. And then to hear that you're like calling your sphere first and like taking all these steps. And I mean, when I sit down, bro, and think about the amount of messages I get from people who are closing deals left and right and say, from your script, from the weekly email, from valuing people over deals, you know, from understanding business is unlimited and competition doesn't exist, and from, you know, getting motivated by your videos and it just made me keep going and I just didn't quit when I was about to quit, or whatever it is. When I start to like add up like how much money actually is being made through zero to diamond philosophies, it's mind blowing. It's absolutely mind blowing. And I think about that and it makes me smile so big, because I know that all that is going towards providing for people's families, and people are giving to charities, and people are actually out there trying to treat clients like they're actually humans. You know what I mean? And I feel like, man, you know, I sit back and I think I am changing the world. You know, it's just, it's very, very super humbling. It's like this little guy from Alabama that, you know, grew up roofing houses, lost his shirt, lived in his car, is now impacting the world in a major way. And I'm like, for me, this is major. You know what I'm saying? For me, this is major stuff. Because I'm a nobody. You know what I mean? Like for some of these big guys to do it, that's awesome, you know, and everything. But I feel like I'm a no-name guy that's making some huge impacts on guys like you. So thank you for your service, bro. And thank you for like, just, you know, working the system and working hard and trying, and, you know, just keep up the good work and stuff. Like, is there anything in the world that I could do to help you, bro?
So I already own your books. I thought we was gonna do it like off the video or whatever, but I wanted to ask, like, what does it take to get the autograph copies?
Takes nothing,
And
dude.
okay, and this video, other than that, oh, I have a bunch of agents. Like I do my best to network. Like I'm better in person, like shaking hands, kissing babies, all that kind of stuff, than I am on the phone.
Okay.
So I have people like other agents and stuff asking me like about Red X and all of that. Even the lady who's training me, she's a senior agent and she's rocking it, man. But she wants to know about Red X, and I'm trying to figure out how to get to be a referral partner on there. So I gave her the information and didn't get nothing for it, which is fine. But I'm trying to figure out. I've got so many people asking about it that I'm like, how do
Give
I?
me your address in the chat.
Okay,
Yeah,
my mailing or my email address?
your mailing, so I can get
Okay.
you a book.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'll get you that book. Yeah, do that and I'll get you that book, bro. And we'll talk to you soon, bro. Keep crushing it, man.
Thank you, man.
Cool, man. Don, I'm going to bring you on.
Hey, Ricky, how's it going, man?
What up, dude?
No, doing well, doing well. Recover from the storm a few weeks ago?
Yeah. We're still kind of shell shocked about how hard that thing hit us, man. It rocked us pretty hard. We weren't really expecting it to be that bad. And, you know, but we came out good, and we're still cleaning up. They're still cleaning up trees right here in front of my house.
Wow.
But yeah, the market took a hit. Didn't put anything under contract for, since the storm. I didn't put anything under contract till 2 days ago. I got 2 under contract. I'm negotiating one, and I'm working on another. I got a really good listing yesterday. So we're kind of coming back to life as far as the market goes. We had the big storm that hit us. Then we had a second storm that almost hit us. Like it was looking like it might come this way. Then it started inching to the west. It finally hit over in Louisiana and stuff. And, which, you know, like I hate that a storm hits anywhere. Like it's hell, you know, but,
Yeah.
but yeah, now we got elections and we got Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I think literally, man, that I really think that there were so many transactions that happened over the summer, after the economy opened back up, that I think everybody that really wanted to buy has bought. And now everybody's kind of cooling off a little bit. They want to see what happens with the election. They want to see, they got Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that. I really think we're at this point kind of in a cycle where we're building up some pent up demand that's going to explode in 2021. I think 2021 is going to be the year of the beginning of a massive real estate boom. And I could be completely off, but I just think there's no speculative buying going on right now. Everybody that buys is an end user. There's a lot of cash on the sidelines. So that's cushion. If the market drops, the cash comes in and that makes prices go back up, just like we saw with the stock market during the pandemic. And then, since interest rates are so low, nobody's spending their cash. So they're hoarding their cash, waiting on the market to crash. Interest rates are going to inch up, I think, and inflation is going to happen because of the stimulus. I just think we're fixing to be in this, and then once interest rates start going up, people are going to spend their cash. And then if we get a little momentum, people are going to start wanting to buy because they're scared they're going to lose out. They're going to be the fear of missing out. They're going to have FOMO.
Yeah.
And then that's going to create the speculative buying. And then we'll have a real bubble to burst.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. That's just kind of what I see. I think we might go on a run. And I think 2021 is going to be, I just think, a crazy, great, recovery year from, not necessarily like recovery like 2020 was, just a recovery like mentally, man, like all the crazy stuff that's happened this year, so, but yeah, man, we're doing good.
Yeah, that's our situation in here. Our inventory is just so low, it's ridiculous. We've got so many buyers wanting to buy, and there's just nothing for them to buy. Like last year, you're looking for a pool home for 250 to 300 and 315,000. You've got 125 to choose from. Now you choose them from 12. It's crazy.
Oh, I know, man.
Yeah.
I know it is. It's nuts.
But my question was that for you though is I know your business now. You kind of just people are calling you, which is great. But what was it like when you first started with the letters and everything like that? What was your follow-up system then, when you didn't have all the people in this pipeline and everything?
Well, just try to, it really didn't have one, I just had my notebook, I didn't do a weekly email, until 2007, I didn't start a weekly email.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I should be doing a weekly email or trying to build a personal brand or even trying to build relationships. Like I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. Nobody really told me any of this stuff. I had to learn all this stuff on my own. But yeah, when you say in the first, the beginning stages, that when I think beginning, I think 2002 when I got in. I got in at the very end of 2002, and it was actually towards the end of 2003 when I sold that first property. I actually have the check stub. I found it the other day when I was, I have all my check stubs from 2003, 4, 5. It's insane. I didn't even know I had that. I have a lot of stuff I didn't know I had, a box full of memories and stuff. But yeah, man, I just tried to take good notes in notebooks. I had Outlook, which I tried to keep a database there in Outlook, that old antiquated, Microsoft, system. And that's where I kind of kept everything, for the first part of my career. And I just didn't have a really good follow-up system, to be honest with you. I didn't really know what I was doing, man. And then the market exploded and I didn't have to follow up. Listen, man, when the market exploded and things were selling for 100,000 more in 3 months.
Oh yeah.
All I had to do was call the owners in that subdivision or that complex and say, hey, do you want to sell your condo for, 500,000 when they bought it for 350, a year ago? And, you make 10 of those calls of people that can make, 150,000, somebody's going to bite. Okay. Somebody's going to bite on 150 today. Who wants to make 150,000 a day? Right.
Yeah.
That's how it was. And so I didn't have to follow up. They're just like, yeah, let's do it. Back then there wasn't no DocuSign or anything. So we faxed them the documents. They signed it and faxed it back. Right. And then we went and took pictures with our cell phone. Right. It looked horrible. I felt like I was almost a teenager. I was literally like 22. I was still like living that teenage life. I was just out there, man, and taking pictures with my cell phone of $600,000 condos, putting blurry pictures on MLS and selling them in one day. getting like a $20,000-$30,000 check, never worrying about talking to that client again. They're gone anyway, dude. They're not going to buy back in for 150,000 more than they paid 6 months ago. You know, they took their 150 and left.
Yeah.
And so there was no relationship to really, I mean, it wasn't even all the way on my side, even though I wasn't worried about maintaining relationships. They were gone too. The seller didn't want nothing to do with the market anymore themselves. They were just out. So I didn't have to do any follow-up, man. And that was part of my demise. I didn't have a system in place. I wasn't trying to build relationships. I wasn't trying to build personal brand, right? I was just trying to make money. And I was doing a really good job of that until the market crashed. And then when the market crashes, it's like, there's nothing to fall back on. There was no solid ground to stand on and call people and say, how you been doing? You know, how you doing through this market crash? What can I do for you? Yeah, that's what you do when the market slows down or crashes. You fall back on your foundation of your database and relationships you built over the years, and you call them. You say, "Hey, you know, what can I do to help you? How are you doing through all this? What's been going on?" You know, and that's where you start to find the people who actually made some smart moves, who were waiting on an opportunity like this to capitalize, and then you go find them the deals. Your clientele flips on its head. The people that were buying as the market decided to crash, they put the brakes on, because those aren't the same buyers that buy when it's crashed. The buyers that buy when it's crashed and it's low, those aren't the buyers that are buying at the top. It's two different clienteles. And that's what people get mixed up on, is they think there's just one type of clientele. And so as the market's going up, they're feeding all these buyers and sellers. And then when it crashes and those particular buyers and sellers put the brakes on, they think the whole market has put the brakes on, but that's not true. It's just, you have to switch from those clients that buy on the way up to the ones who were waiting on it to come down.
Yeah. Well, what was your follow-up system after you started doing the weekly emails, after you got back into the business? And, you know, after you got back into the business from roofing and everything like that, you said, okay, let's send out these weekly emails, stuff like that. Did you like follow up the people who started searching, or how?
You know what, man? You know what is so funny, bro? I literally just, dude, I'm not great at following up, man.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I never really followed. Like, here's the thing. Here's my follow-up plan, right?
You're right.
It's a legal pad. Okay. So it's a legal pad. Like, this is my follow-up system. Like, I literally have names on here of people that might buy or sell something, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, this is my thing. So, like, I transfer these names over to tomorrow's little page of priorities. Well, guess what happens? After like a week or two or three, those names somehow don't make it on that next day's list.
Yep.
And then what? Well, they're lost in the abyss of all those papers that are over here on my desk that are like 3 weeks worth of papers that I might go through one day and I never do. Right. So yeah, a lot of stuff falls through the cracks. Here's the upside. Okay. Here's the breakthrough moment for you.
Yeah.
Business is so unlimited that, see, everybody's trying to convert every single lead. That's the problem. That's most agents' problem, is they're trying to convert every single lead, and they're hanging on to that lead like every week or every day or every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or every month. They're keeping up with when they followed up, when they're going to follow up next, what they're going to do, how we're going to do it, when we're going to call them, what we're going to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like, look, for me, I want a business where people come to me. So I can really only give you a call a couple times. And if you're going ghost on me, or if you're telling me you're not interested in anything, you know, I'm going to do my best to help you, but I can't help you if you don't want help. You know, and I can't force you to do anything. Now, the downside, Don, maybe some stuff falls through the cracks, right? But the thing is, there's so much. Okay, it's like a cookie. Okay, you're eating a cookie, this cookie, you're like, this cookie good, right? This is a good cookie, right? And you drop this little crumb. And it falls, it hits your leg and bounces and hits the ground, right? Are you gonna pick that crumb up and eat it?
No. I'm gonna throw froze it. Froze.
No, here's why. Because, am I back?
Yeah, now we're back. Okay.
Okay, so the cookie was enough without that little crumb that fell. It's the same thing with real estate. There's so much business. The business that you have in front of you is the cookie.
Yep.
And if this little crumb falls down because you can't get to it because you're so busy eating this cookie, because there's so much of this cookie here, it's like, oh, well, that crumb fell. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. See what I'm saying?
Yep, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to pick up every crumb, you know, because the massive cookie that's in front of you. So think of your business as a cookie, bro.
All right.
And the really easy deals are chocolate chips inside that cookie. Every time you hit that chocolate chip, you're like, I hope the next bite is this good.
Okay. I'm going to send you my address. You can send me a book. Love a copy of it, man.
Put your address in the chat there.
I'll do it, man.
Anybody that comes on the show, I'm giving you a signed copy of my book. I don't know if it really made sense with the cookie thing. Did that make sense to you guys? There's so much business, you can't handle it all, is what I'm saying. So if you're steadily stirring the pot, trying to get new business, following up with leads from a couple weeks ago, but you can't go back 3 months sometimes. You should have so much business in front of you that you can't go back 3 months. This is my point. You should have so much business in front of you that you can't go back 3 months. You're so busy with what you got right in front of you. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Cool. Anything else, Don?
No, that's about it, man. Thanks.
Okay, man. Okay, bro. Get out there and crush it, bro. Okay, I'm going to bring Rachel back on to the show.
All right.
Well,
So I've got two major topics
okay,
so I don't know. I mean, we could just like pick one, but I was thinking sophomore struggles.
Sophomore struggles.
Yes.
Sophomore struggles. Okay.
Or personal brand.
Personal brand. What's that?
Personal brand.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Personal
Two of
brand.
those topics I could just pick your brain on for forever.
Okay. Personal brand and sophomore struggles. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll start out with sophomore struggles. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, kind of in this weird place in my business where this is my first year as a solo agent. I'm so happy and thankful I found your coaching because I knew intuitively that it would work because I tried things the more old school traditional way and found out it didn't really work. But I knew from the good deals that I had done that stuff you were saying, it clicked, right? So anyways, my first year I did 15 deals. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So far this year I've closed 9 deals. Now that doesn't include the ones that I got under contract or whatever. So just kind of was feeling a little down on myself, yesterday, and just like, man, what am I doing wrong? Like, I'm working my butt off. Okay. Do I need to go harder on the phones? Like, what can I do better?
So you sold, or I'm getting echo.
Oh, dang. Let me turn my volume down. Okay.
Hello. Testing.
Yeah, is that better?
Testing. No, it's still echoing. Do you have me?
Don is on, got his volume on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Don. Yeah, come on. Let's go, Don. There you go. All right. So, go ahead, say something, Rachel, so I can get you back.
Okay, is that better?
There you go.
Okay, good.
Okay, so your first year you said you did 15 deals.
Correct.
And then
Closed.
this year so far you've got 9.
I've closed 9.
Closed 9.
That doesn't include my under contracts or whatever, but I'm like, man, am I going to hit 15 this year? And I'm like, what's going on? Is it because I got more balls in the air? Like, I'm solo, like I'm handling photographs, showings, like negotiations.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
Okay. So like 15 closed and then 9 this year, and then how many are pending?
I'm going to close on one tomorrow. just found out
Okay.
for the show. And I got another one under contract, and I've got a good feeling on another one, but my listings, like they're pretty much gone.
Okay.
Just feel kind of spread
Okay, well,
thin.
let me ask you a couple things. Do you have a list of people that might do something in the next 90 days?
Like it's probably in here somewhere.
Right. Okay, so that's what you need to do tomorrow, right? You go back through that book and you say, oh, here's somebody I hadn't talked to in a while. Let me call them.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you do tomorrow all day. Like, don't do anything else except for go through your book and call every person in that book and just say, how are you doing? How's it been going? What can I do for you? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? And just stir that pot. See guys, look, every time that you feel like you're in a slump or you're just not feeling good about where your business is, or, you know, you don't have a lot under contract, or you need some listings. I'm telling you right now, every time that I used to feel like this, I would stop everything I'm doing and I would go right to my database and just start calling people in my database. And what happens is a couple things. One, you're talking to people who know who you are and like you a lot already. So when you talk to those people that like you a lot already, it gives you this euphoric, you know, it makes you happy. It makes you excited. You're like, man, people do love me. I am doing good. You know, I am great. You know what I'm saying? And so you start to get those feelings back that you have some self-worth. You know what I mean? I mean, you have self-worth, but I mean, like, you have a higher sense of self-worth in the real estate industry, in your local market, that you actually are an authority, a figure, somebody that people look up to, an expert in the market. You know, it's like, you still get my weekly emails. How's it going? And it will always turn around and make you feel better about your business. And you may find some deals in there, and you're going to go deeper with those relationships, and you're just going to feel good all around. Okay. So that's what you need to do. You need to go back, not only through the book, but go through your constant contacts or whatever, and pull up people and start calling every person in your database. You should go through your whole database at this point, right? And really, everybody should be doing that at this point in the year anyway. Okay. Now that things are starting to slow down a little bit from the summer, this is the moment where you have to make the adjustments and you have to adapt and switch over to kind of switching up what you're doing to take advantage of what I'm going to call the off season, because we're moving into what I think is the off season here. I think January is going to be the beginning of one of the biggest real estate years we ever saw. I think it's going to be absolutely crazy. If it's not, then we're still going to do great, right? But I just believe, I'm just going to go with, you know, if you think it'll happen kind of deal, that starting January is going to be a heck of a year. And I think that from now to the end of the year, we need to really take advantage of this off season, reconnect, rekindle, re-nurture with our database. And then also whatever time we have left after that, between then and January, really go hard after new people to add them to our sphere to get ready for that next round of selling. So, hey, you know, here's the thing. How much have you learned this year?
Oh my gosh, so much. And I'll say with the cold calling, it really helps with reading people. I mean, even just face to face, like my communication skills and being able to read people is light years away from where I was last year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, like, I'm telling you, like, the skill set that you have developed this year, I'm telling you, is worth $1 million.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Like, it is literally worth $1 million. So that you'll probably still close, you know, 10 to 15 deals this year, which is about where you were last year. But you can't discount the fact of how far you've come with your skill level. Like when we made live calls, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm going to find that live call session. I'm going to link it below so that people, okay, I'm going to link, guys, Rachel's call session, which was incredible. You guys are going to be amazed at how well she, like, her level of cold calling is a whole nother level, above and beyond. Hold on one second. Let me get it linked in here.
Yeah, that was I was so nervous to do that live call, but I'm glad I did it. I've had, you know, other agents reach out to me and say, hey, I saw this, or I watched it before I made calls, and that makes me feel so good, because, you know, I still struggle with that sometimes, the jitters of getting on the phone. Every now and again, like that video you posted of somebody, you know, cussing you out, like just random, like that stuff happens. But going back to what you were saying about the database, heck yeah, man, those people love me.
Yeah.
If like, I want to have a good conversation, just go call those people that I've connected with, I vibe with. Those are my people.
Here's what I see. And guys, I just linked her call session. You guys need to go watch it if you haven't. You're going to learn a lot. But here's what I see. I see that you've been really hitting it hard and just like really like, nose to the grindstone, really making it happen. And you're to the end of this cycle of putting in so much work, you know what I'm saying? And you're just like drained. And so what we have to do is recharge your batteries, right? We have to recharge. And the way that recharge is we want to go on another cycle of what you just did. This whole year has been like nothing but just grinding, making it happen, adding to your database, putting together these relationships. It's going to turn into, so you have no idea how many deals you're going to do next year, the year after from what you're doing this year. But we have to recharge our batteries so that we can go on another crazy, grinding binge like we just went on. Yeah. And so what we do is you take a step back and you go through your database, and that is going to literally re-energize you. It's going to rejuvenate you. You're just going to be like on top of the world, and you're going to be ready at that point to say, look at all these people that are loving what I'm doing. They're loving the weekly email. They want to do business with me. They told me. You're going to hear this, because this is what I used to hear when I used to call back through my database. I would call back through my database, and so many people would tell me, hey, we're not ready yet, but when we are, we're going to call you. And you're gonna stack up those conversations of people that tell you to your face that they are going to call you when the time is ready. And then you can say something like, okay, I'm gonna hold you to it, or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're gonna realize how many future deals you really have sitting there, like a sitting duck. You're gonna realize it, and you're going to say, oh my gosh, I have to call more new people to get them into my ecosystem so that I can have even more people telling me that they want to use me when the time comes. That's what you want. You know what I mean? So that's what we need to do for that.
Cool. I like it. I needed that.
What was the second subject?
Personal brand.
Okay, personal brand. What's your questions with personal branding?
Well, as you know, I feel like, and the feedback I've gotten is I'm a little edgy, like I'm an acquired taste with personal brand, right? But I also find that I find people that are very similar to me with personal brand. So, I mean, I'm not trying to, and I like finding people like that are maybe a little bit more edgy, or maybe that they're, saying what's on their mind or whatever. But I guess my thing is, and especially if I'm doing videos for my market, is what's that line? Because going back to Gary Vee, he drops an F-bomb like it ain't no thing. And like, he's just been very true to himself throughout, and it's probably lost him deals in business, but it's also, made him incomparable, right?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
Well, it is interesting because you'll hear Gary talk about the fact that there were people that were going to pay him hundreds. He said, let's see, what did he say? What number was it? There was people that were going to pay him like $100,000, like back in the day, to speak, but he couldn't cuss or something like that. And he turned it down. And that was like twice as much, or even like 3 or 4 times as much as what he normally gets to speak. And that's very interesting to hear him say that. You know what I mean? It's very interesting to hear him say that. You're right. And I've even heard people say, like, you know, like you know, you might not, you know, appreciate like, you know, how he talks, but you gotta appreciate what he's trying to say or his message or whatever. So there's definitely a lot of people out there who are just completely against Gary because of all the, you know, profanity. But like you say, you know, these polarizing figures where, you know, you have this huge group of people who, you know, hate him or don't like him, and then you have this huge people who absolutely love him
Yeah.
to death.
Yeah.
And so that those polarizing figures, you know, like in politics, you know, the president, you know, Joe Biden, you know, you either you know, you love one of them and you hate the other one, you know what I mean? That's how it is.
Like
But
football or something.
but here's the thing. Everybody knows both of those gentlemen. Everybody knows the president. Everybody knows Joe. Everybody knows them, whether you love them or hate them. That's personal brand, is that everybody knows you. At that, at the point that they know you, then that's their decision if they like you or not. You know what I'm saying? And so keep in mind what a personal brand really is. It's not necessarily to get someone to think a certain way about you or to sway them of something. It's just to get in front of them and them know who you are. That's the personal brand. From that point, they either like you or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so for me, when I look and see what you're doing on social media, I think it's great because it's different. You know what I mean? It stands out. And so if you know that, you know, if you have something that's original, which all your stuff's completely original, you know what I mean? Like no one else
True.
your stuff. If you have something original, then you know you kind of need to run with it. You know, because you know, if people are saying, oh, it's an acquired taste or whatever, hey, they know who you are and
Yeah.
they know what you're about. You know what I mean? So just do what you think. Just do what makes you feel good when it comes to that, you know, and don't worry about what other people say. Don't like, you know, I mean, there's, you know, I
That's,
had
I
a
mean,
call. Hmm.
I for sure feel like everything I'm putting out there it's like my heart, it's authentic. And I feel good with everything that I put out there. And I hope it helps someone or makes someone laugh or feel encouraged.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my opinion, just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Just keep doing what you're doing. You like it, you know, it's coming from with, you know, it's coming from your heart. You like it, keep doing it.
You be you, Rachel.
Always. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Guys, let's see. I got Rachel's call session below for you guys to go watch. I also have an old video of mine, how to get and sell listings. Both of those, you need to go watch those right after this show. Also, all the little codes and discounts are below. RedX, $150 discount, start a free trial with Constant Contact. So do your weekly email. The free coaching, zero-to-diamond.com. Also, my team is up to, we're over 300 agents right now. So if you guys are interested in that and joining the team and working with me, then just email me, Ricky at 02diamond.com. And also, I'm still answering every single Instagram DM for the moment while I still can. So definitely take advantage of that. And let's bring our agents back. You guys can unmute. And any last thoughts from you guys?
Let's see here. What's your opinion on like call ratios? So for example, I know I need to get better with the calls, but my current ratios are 25-2, meaning for when I'm making calls, generally, I should say roughly every 25 calls, I'm getting 2 emails. So I'm pretty happy with that, but I guess from that standpoint.
That dude, listen, that is crushing the game. That is crushing the game. So now it's just math, right? So how quick can we get to 5,000?
Right.
See what I mean?
Right. And then my
It's just-
last question is like being a new agent, I'm constantly trying to make sure I maintain those relationships and not be over salesy. So I do this thing where I do a home security promotion for both sides. So like if they want it, then I'll pay for the installation of their home security through Vivint Home Security for either side. I just really wanted your opinion. Like, is that too salesy, or is it like it's just a thank you for doing business with us type deal? And I just wanted to see your thoughts on that.
Just give it to them after the deal.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, give it to them after the deal as a closing gift or whatever. Do it after the deal. Don't use it as a way to try to get them to do a deal, because then that would be, I think, a little too much. You know, use it once the deal's done, and then that's going to really go deep with the relationship. Because if you try to do it up front, then that may be a little too much for them. You know, it's like, man, what's going on here? What is this? You know, but at the end, it's like, man, thank you, and wow, you gave me this too, man. You know, it's just going to kind of have a better effect.
Okay.
Cool.
That's it for me.
Cool, guys. I put all of your Rachel, Don, and Jesse's contact information in the description if you guys want to connect with any of them or send any referrals their way or anything else, that questions you want to ask or any kind of way you want to connect with them. It's all down below. And thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And guys, we'll see you guys on the next show Tuesday. We're doing live calls again. I'm doing with Stephen Ivory. Then we'll do this again next Thursday. So if you want to come on the show, just text me 251-312-8844 and I'll get you on the show. Till next time, we'll talk to you guys soon.